Well, folks, it is that time of the season, the time to think about gift giving. And if you're like me, you haven't started shopping yet, and you're just looking for an idea, any ideas. So I thought I would share some of the things that I've received over the past year as possibly a way to help. I've got some things that were given to me for promotional consideration that I've never shared on the channel before, but it turns out they're pretty cool. And I've also received a few gifts from viewers that didn't expect any promotion, but somehow they always include one of my favorite things in those gift boxes. And I'll share a few items that I purchased this year that I can't believe I've lived without. Oh, and I've got some time-sensitive gift ideas that many of you have asked me for, and now they're finally available. So I'm excited to explain that one.
Dig Drive DIY!
I wanted to show viewers some of my favorite things, so I want to show these.
You're lucky you still found them.
So what's one of your favorite gift ideas?
I have to think about that.
All right, well, you think about it, and then let me know. These are heavy. All right, I'll talk more about what's in there after we go over a little bit of this other stuff. Well, the first time I ever hopped into Louis, I noticed that it had this like pipe on the floor. It was welded up pretty nice. I had no idea what it was. That is until the first time I jumped in with a cup of coffee. And I realized it's a cup holder. This isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's not super convenient down there on the floor, but I thought it could be better. And that's when I remembered something that was shipped to me in the mail a month or two prior to this. I got these FarmSipSupreme drink holders. All right, so Scott and Maddie sent me these drink holders. They're pretty nice. This is called the Cuppy, and it's a drink holder combo cell phone holder. It's got spots for your pens and a screwdriver and a ratchet. A lot of cool stuff. He actually sent these in response to seeing the Bruno build way back at the beginning part of the year. And then he tried to make a couple that would maybe match Bruno. They're close. Oh, let's look. Close enough. But they have all kinds of accessories. These are for cans, aluminum cans. There's this box here. Actually, if you read the history sheet on their website, Scott started this because he needed a drink holder in his John Deere 4440, which is ironically the first large farm tractor that I ever drove. I love the John Deere 4440. So they have all these brackets, and a lot of them are specific to like the John Deere in-cab mounting systems, but I was able to find exactly what I needed to improve the drink holder in Louis. I'm not gonna have a CB in here. I did take a look behind the firewall to make sure I wasn't gonna be drilling into anything. It's all clear back there. Actually feels really good. Got a lot of different alignment holes. They sent lots of different brackets. Oh, that's gonna be perfect. That feels about right. Oh, it's right there on top of the... I made sure that there was plenty of room with this shifter. Lots of room. My coffee cup's right there. And hello, Dig Drive DIY. So check them out on all their socials, FarmSipSupreme.com. They're on TikTok and Instagram and all the whatnots. But I think this is pretty cool. 3D printed and a lot of customization available. So this is the kind of stuff I want to see. American ingenuity at its finest right here. All right, on to the next thing. All right, this one is pretty cool. It was sent to me for promotional consideration, but this is from Wait a minute, I'm gonna have to do that again. From Eugenio, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. So this was in response to my video called More Money Than Sense. So this is a pretty cool solution. If you've got some open studs somewhere, oh here, let me show you. That ain't too bad. So this is called the Easy Stud Rack. And if you have somewhere in your house or barn or shop or garage that has just bare studs on the inside, then you screw these to the stud walls, get them leveled up, and then you can just cut 1x4s or 1x6s or just 3/4 inch plywood and fill in the shelves in between. And what's super nice is they're easily adjustable up and down, so very customizable. And this is a great organizational solution. I think they're about 30 bucks for an 8-pack. They came with screws and I didn't even know it. I used my own screws, but what a clever solution for bare stud walls. So I've tried to build my own version of this before, and it just takes a lot of effort because you got to cut individual, you know, it's a lot of work. But these made it easy. So I think this would be a great gift idea, and I'm glad that I got them. So thanks a lot. Check them out, easystudrack.com. All these links and stuff will be down below, by the way. You know how all this works, right? All right, moving on. All right, for this next one, it's a little bit higher on the budget range, but it turned out to be pretty cool. If you've spent any time on YouTube, you've seen the e-bikes, right? Well, let me tell you how this came to be. So everybody with a YouTube channel is approached by these e-bike companies trying to sell e-bikes. And I was able to put it off for a long time, but finally, after I had 5 or 6 companies reach out to me about doing e-bike promotions, I said, okay, why don't you just send me an e-bike? I was gonna try to get 4 or 5 of them from 5 different companies and then compare them against each other. So I pitched that to all the brands. Send me what you got and I'll compare it to everybody else. No one wanted to do that except for the Himiway people. They sent me this Himiway Zebra, and they were okay with me comparing it to other e-bikes that were available. I said, well, you're the winner in my book. These e-bikes are a little bit pricey, but they are a lot of fun. Everyone that has tried this for the first time has really enjoyed it. And once you get used to having it, it's kind of hard to give it up. I gotta be honest. I have enjoyed having it. When I first got it, I was riding it quite a bit more regularly, and you use the electric assist pretty often, but you're also just getting on the bike and going out there riding, so that's good either way. What I found the most useful was, like if I need to take my backhoe and a dump truck to a job site that's close by here in the neighborhood, I can load the e-bike up in the bucket of my backhoe, haul it with me to the job site, ride the e-bike back to the shop, and then take my dump truck over there to do the work. So it worked out really good in that regard, but I'm happy about it. It's worked flawlessly. It does about 20 miles per hour. It's just been really fun to have. So if your budget is a little bit higher, then this might be a good option. I know I've got several viewers that really enjoy their e-bikes, and I've had several viewers tell me if I ever review an e-bike, they'll unsubscribe. So I'd be sorry to see it go, but it's still a lot of fun. That takes us to our next round though, and these are gifts that were sent to me by viewers who weren't worried about any promotional aspect. But the neat thing is that the items that were sent to me by viewers, they really queued up the ideas for some of my favorite things of the entire year. So we're gonna start with this. This is a chainsaw helmet that was sent to me by a viewer named Doug. And Doug sent this way back at the beginning of the year, and I just never showed it. He sent this because he saw me running a chainsaw without proper safety equipment. And so this is a great gift idea. If you or someone in your life you know runs a chainsaw, then this should almost be the start of every safety outfit. And we'll have more on this though later on. But Doug, thanks for the chainsaw helmet. It's going to be very, very nice to have, especially if I want to give it to somebody else that's working with me. Well, the next care package I got was from a viewer named Mark, and he happens to work for John Deere, and you can't go wrong with any of this stuff. There was more goodies in here than what I have put out, but this is what I had available right here in the shop. A Yeti, a mug, hats. If you've got a John Deere lover in your life, shopping is as easy as going to your local dealer. Thanks, Mark. In one of my videos, I took a screenshot of a Fastline ad of a tractor that was for sale, and the folks there saw that, and they sent me some goodies in response to using their screenshot. So, soft style t-shirt, that's my favorite, the Gildan soft style. You know, the running gag is that no one ever buys themselves a Yeti because they're too expensive, but they make fantastic gifts. That's true, because I've never bought a Yeti, and I have like 3 or 4 of them, which is what it takes once you leave one in every vehicle and forget where they are. And of course they sent a hat. I feel like my viewers are really getting to know me because this next package from Jeff had some really good goodies. Got this little snap-on cooking apron, which is nice. Snap-on popsicle molds. Snap-on socks. And I got these pliers. He sent me these pliers, and I had seen these on the internet. These are so awesome. You're supposed to be able to like pick up a nickel on the edge with them. Very impressive. That's really cool. And also, snap-on hat. Can't go wrong with hats. So this wasn't all of it either. He had sent some stuff for my girls and my wife too. So thanks a lot, Jeff. I love this kind of stuff. All right, so all of that just to lead us up to my 10 favorite things of 2023. And these are all things that I've bought, but some of them were ideas based on some of those free gifts that I had gotten. So I discovered these earlier in the year. For about $2.79, I found these Hardy gloves from Harbor Freight. They've got this like plastic coating on the inside. They're Hi-Vis. You might have seen me wearing them in a video. I just think they're fantastic. I keep a pair in almost every coat. For temperatures down to about 30 degrees, these are all I need. I don't get as much use out of these as what my wife does, but she loves them. It's this little caulk saver. So for about $3.79 from Amazon, a 2-pack, you buy these. Once your caulk is open, stick it in there, and it'll keep it for a long time. This has saved a lot of tubes of caulk, believe me. This next one came out of the video I did last year, and these are some really tight zip tie cutters. I got these at Harbor Freight too. You can buy them about anywhere. We'll put a link down below, but these are designed so that you can cut zip ties off flush and not have a sharp edge. You've probably seen me use these in a video. They're great. These are about 11 bucks from Harbor Freight. So I got those John Deere safety goggles, and I realized that every time I'm wearing safety glasses, I have a hard time seeing to work up close if I'm trying to mark something or especially file the chainsaw chains. So I discovered these on Amazon. They're bifocal safety glasses. They're about 15 bucks, but they've been great. I wear a lot of readers and they're stylish. These are one of my new favorite things of 2023 because I could just, look up close. So for about 50 bucks, $52, I found this grabber. This is a long reach 60-inch grabber, which you don't typically find in the local retail stores, but I ordered this off Amazon, and I've had a lot of folks ask me during the pond series how I plan to keep corn stalks out of the pond. Well, with this long reach, I can just walk around the sidewalk, pick corn stalks out of the pond. So that's a new favorite of 2023, unfortunately. So if you jump up to the $100 category, this is one of my favorite things. I may have had these prior to 2023, but these are the Raycon fitness earbuds, and they're sound canceling. So they fit in your ear just like a earplug, which seals off most of the sound, but then they have a noise canceling feature, which really blocks out everything. I've been criticized for not having hearing protection on sometimes when I'm running a chainsaw, but I do have these in almost all the time, and they're great. They pair up with your phone. You can listen to music. You can hear over the top of the chainsaw, the lawnmower. I've searched a long time for earbuds. There may be some other ones out there on the market, but this is what I would use, the Raycon fitness earbuds. You may have seen these in a video before too, but at Paul Bunyan, I found these chainsaw pants. I prefer pants over chaps just because I don't like the loose legs of the chaps, but I put these on over the top of my normal pants, and it's about perfect. If the temperature's right for cutting wood, then the temperature's okay for usually having these on. So they've got a little hook that hooks on the bottom lace of your boots to keep them tight at the bottom. And yeah, you got to spend an extra 5 minutes to take your boots off, put these on, and put your boots back on over the top. But these are by Solidur. They're about $120. I've really liked them. And last but not least, if you want to jump up into the hundreds of dollars, these 3 items here, I treated myself this year. I bought a Milwaukee 1/2-inch drive impact, and I've been impressed every time I've used it. I don't know how in the world I waited so long to get a cordless grinder, but this thing is awesome. The Milwaukee Fuel cordless grinder. Use it all the time. And the Milwaukee cordless Sawzall, the cordless Hackzall. I cannot believe I went so long without these. Now, these are up there, and you can find different bundles for different prices, but this is going to be, in the $300 plus range for that stuff. But you can't go wrong with this stuff either. which leads me to my favorite that I haven't mentioned. Any guesses what's in here? So probably one of my favorite things to get as a gift are hats. I'm a sucker for a new hat. And as you might have noticed in all those gift boxes that I got from viewers, there was a hat included. Matter of fact, in our recent video where we jumped in the pond, I jumped in with a hat on. And there was a commenter that said, why did you jump in the water with a hat on? Because I always wear a hat. Most of these I don't wear anymore, but I can't bring myself to get rid of them. You know, there's too many for sure. But you know what? You may not have as many hats as I do, but you're in luck. As you might have caught it in the last video, but we have partnered up with Farm Focused, and they are a merchandise company that deals with creators that are in the agricultural space. So, for example, they work with Millennial Farmer and Cole the Corn Star and a whole bunch of others. They provide the merchandise and do the logo work and provide a website so that you can order. They obviously give us a portion of the proceeds, and it works out nice for everyone involved. So if you've ever had any interest of purchasing some Dig Drive DIY merchandise, now is the time. If you order before December 11th, you can hopefully get it before Christmas, and anytime after that, you'll be able to order whatever you want. We've got an initial launch of just a select few items, but coming up in the future, I got ideas for more things. So watch that website for changes, and I'll be sure to provide any updates on the channel too. So yeah, my favorite thing is probably hats. But that reminds me, I wanted to ask Kara to see if she'd come up with what her favorite thing was. So let's check in back with her. Well, I'm almost done with this video. Did you come up with something like a good gift idea?
Yeah, when I was cleaning up from lunch, it made me think of this lid that you made me. And I remember you made it because the dogs were getting into the trash.
That's right.
Yeah.
So actually, that didn't cost any money.
That's right. Those are the best kind of gifts. And actually, this shelf my dad made, and it used to hang in my bedroom at home. He made all of us kids one, and we all had one in our bedrooms.
You know what? Kara had a really good point there. Sometimes the best gifts don't cost any money. They're made with scraps or whatever you find around the house from someone you care about. And oftentimes homemade is the best made, which reminded me of one of the greatest gifts I got this past year. And that was this coveted Indiana Limestone 200,000 subscriber YouTube Play Button Award. But this didn't come from YouTube. This came from Mike Captain Kleeman, who's a fellow YouTuber and a friend of mine. He's actually the first YouTuber that I ever did a collaboration with. And a couple of months ago, he tore down all the limestone facing from an old church, and he salvaged it, took it home, and apparently he took up his hand in carving, bought some chisels and tried this out. But it turned out great. You know, you could do me a favor by hopping over to Captain Kleeman and telling him thanks for doing this and telling him I said hi, but he's actually working on a dump truck project right now, which that's right up my alley too. So thanks to Captain Kleeman for that. I want to thank you for clicking on this video. Hopefully you found something interesting or a good idea for a gift. You know, there's still time, you know, for sure. But if I'm lucky, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Oh, it came with screws. I use my own screws.